So he's floating up there and he's talking to me, talking down to me, and I'm kind of just looking at him. And he's using his hands with these green lightning bolts. He can channel this green lightning into the ground and raise these people from the dead to attack me. And I remember the whole intent of it that I could see in him was to destroy me and to scare me, to make me kind of like run away or be afraid, really just be afraid. And so I remember I just stood centered. I wasn't afraid. I just kind of stared at him, kind of like, why are are you finished yet kind of thing. And as I stood my ground, I was unaffected by all the people he raised from the dead. But not only that, he was impressed. And I could see that if I wasn't indifferent and I reacted in some kind of way, he would have realized that he had a type of power over me. But because I didn't react, he kind of had this idea like, well, who are they and how powerful are they that they don't even fear me, So the next scene was him getting into the car with me and Rebazar, actually becoming agreeable to what we were sharing, just based off the fact that I didn't waver. I didn't step left or step right or react in a fearful way. I just kind of was there and willing to go through it. Excuse me. But yeah, no, that was it. Just the importance of sticking with it. And I could see that he had this idea about the indifference, because really I wasn't having this idea to attack him or engage in like a combat with him. It was just more so being indifferent to whatever he's doing, almost like waiting for your kid to finish throwing a tantrum or something. You kind of just let them go through it basically. And yeah, he kind of seen that was like a courage, but also kind of like well, if you if you don't fear me, well, then who are you and where do you come from? All of a sudden he becomes curious. So yeah, that was my little experience.
No, that was excellent. Those are excellent examples, Jeremy. Take them to heart and share them, because again, yes, it's staying focused. And the idea is that what he's showing you is what he knows. Okay. And so he can go up so high and he makes this impression, just like politicians or anybody on stage. That's why they built the stages, so that they would appear higher, and in the courtroom everybody's sitting higher and whatever, looking down upon you, getting people to psychologically accept this view, etc. And so he does whatever he does, which is hocus pocus technology, or he's got invisible entities helping him, whatever. Okay, so it comes from somewhere, etc. They get help, just like the magicians here, David Copperfield and all that. They have entities, invisible entities, helping them do their magic tricks and what have you. They're not doing it; they have help, just like Superman in the series. He's got high wires that you don't see that are holding him up, and so things are of a particular. And also, see now, yeah. So he's interested. Okay, so first step, you have to look at the steps that people basically go through. So just like this, coming to the new presentation. First, you're interested, right? You take a look at it. It's like, okay, what is this? Or can I become better, more spiritual, or whatever the idea is. Now you have to look at this fella here, and basically, it's like bringing a tiger into your house. He may be curious. You may offer him food and curious, but his nature is still there. You see? His basic nature is still there because that's all he knows. And so looking at this, wouldn't it be so that his basic nature is power and control, and he wants to see, is there something I don't know that I can learn to have more power and control? So, just because Rebazar accepts these people or whatever, they see what's going on. They see the intent of the individual. The individual doesn't just suddenly change their intent. It's more like the personal self wanting what it wants. This is the personal self. So they'll give them the chance. They'll show them around and show them that, there's more potential into, being real with life. But again, that's step one. So I don't take it for granted. Just like with the bonds and what I've dealt with for years, over 14 years, and the people that I've met and seen. And yeah, at first they're really nice, congenial, and whatever, and little by little, things start showing up with them because that's their real intent. They're of a particular. But at first, just like businessmen shaking hands, but then when they get down to business, things start to be revealed, don't they? So don't take it for granted. And don't take it for granted that people come to the new presentation or even on the Skypes or whatever. Don't take it for granted because I've seen too many people come and go. It's a lot to stick with it. Oh yeah, to keep going, to be real, to figure it out, to have the intent and sincerity to do it. Oh yeah, it's a whole lot. And most people, they just want the knowledge. They just want something to personally satisfy them. This is the old idea of, oh, I don't want to come back here another lifetime. I don't want to return or whatever. So again, where are you going to go and what are you going to do when you don't return here? Because you're going to be somewhere and you're still going to have to deal with you yourself until you recognize all life and what it is and etc. So see these ideas, and so again, your experience is very good. So it's a step at a time. And you have to baby people. You really have to baby them, and especially these individuals. Yeah, they can show up, but they can turn at any time. And the boys see their intent, but they will give them the chance to see how far they will go to where they let go and they really develop their intent to be sincere and want to be honorable. You see, you give them the chance, but that takes a while to do that. Very few people can just instantly flip over. Etc. So you're seeing the process, and just like when you get in the car with Rebazar and this fellow, then it ends there. Well, the idea is, let's see what happens next episode, you see? So again, I don't take it for granted. Let's see who steps up. Again, many people have come and gone because and most people, they don't take the time because it's huge. It's more so than becoming a doctor or anything to really understand, even creation and the references that are here for people to eventually recognize the real universes. Through all the years that I've been in just this lifetime, no, it's huge. And so being realistic is going to take you the rest of your life and it's in 1,000 years more, whatever. What does it matter? Because how much do you want to fine tune it? So again, what you're seeing is the beginning of something, but you get that experience so you have something to relate to. And you have to remember also, these people only have their personal self to relate to. They don't have the isness to relate to. They don't recognize that. They may recognize some God idea or whatever. That's just another idea in their personal realm and their personal consciousness. Until you really have the real reference, which is the isness, and recognize that, you don't got nothing except your personal self. This is where people will implode and go back to their personal self. And this is what happened with Darwin and Harold as an example. They never recognized what's real. They more so were more interested in the position for the personal self, and that's what they developed. And so that's as far as they went. Yeah, they had out-of-body experiences. They went to different realms, maybe even the real universes, but they didn't recognize it. They didn't truly recognize it. So it's a big picture here. But yes, thank you, Jeremy.